conference without the requirement of a physically present quorum by the Rock Island City Council due to the disaster declaration issued by Governor Pritzker. Because of this order related to COVID-19 health concerns affecting the state and the city, the mayor has determined that an in-person meeting at City Hall with all participants may not be practical or prudent. All the persons and staff may not all be physically present at City Hall due to the disaster, and physical attendance at City Hall may be limited. To participate remotely during the public comment or public hearing portion of this meeting, please join by phone at 1-813-527-0256, PIN 288-859-063 #.
Thank you very much. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Present.
Hurt.
Here.
Gilbert.
Present.
Swanson. Here. Parker.
Here.
Poulos.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
And Mayor Tomes.
Here. Thank you. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Somebody must have signed up. Thank you. All right, we have a couple of people that signed up here. Is it Ken Lane? Come on up.
My name is Ken Lane. I live at 1523 19th Avenue in Rock Island. The issue I have here tonight is on security cameras and privacy. We currently have no ordinance pertaining to such. The reason I'm here is because I have a neighbor that has a security camera pointing at my backyard and my house. I know there's a Privacy Act of 1974, and I've had an officer come and talk to him, and he's actually looked at the video that he has, and he said one of the issues in the Privacy Act of 74 is if the cameras are pointed at one of your windows where my wife's bedroom, where she may be changing clothes and so forth. But the officer said the video itself was so grainy that it wouldn't be able to see that well. Now, I don't know much about security cameras, or whether you can adjust them or zoom in on subjects or not. But I know the Privacy Act covers a lot on public view of your property and so forth. And the front of your house, to me, is an open area for that public view. But I don't feel that my backyard is. There's an alley behind my house with my garage and some bushes back there. But the neighbor that I'm talking about has a regulation solid wooden fence completely around his yard. He's got a video camera on his front porch facing the street. He's got one on his garage facing the alley. And he's got one on the side of the garage which is facing my yard and the back of my house. Now, I can't go out in my backyard without feeling like I'm being watched. And I feel very uncomfortable about that. And what I'm here for is asking the city council to consider an ordinance, because there is none at this time. And there's no state ordinance either. I actually called 3 security companies and asked them if they had any regulations or anything they had to follow to install security cameras. And they said, we'll put them wherever you want them. That was their answer, all 3 of them. And to me, it's an invasion of my privacy. There's a lot of issues going on with my neighbor when he put up his fence and so forth that I'm not going to discuss here, because I have an attorney that I am talking about other ways to see if I can get the security cameras removed. But I would like the council to consider an ordinance to cover security cameras. It's an issue that's going to, more and more people are getting them. And security cameras are good. They're good if they're used properly. If they're used improperly, they're not. And I feel this particular camera is not being used properly. And so I guess I have talked to Judith Gilbert about the issue, and she's come over and she's taken some pictures of the thing. I didn't get a chance to ask the officer if I could view the video or the pictures of the video. I'm not sure just how he took them, but I would like to see them, and there's some other issues I would like to talk to him about, but I've tried to get a hold of him for a week and a half now, and I can't get a hold of him. It's an Officer Bowman, and I'd like him to come back and show me the pictures, so I know what they look like at least. But that's the issue I have here tonight, and I appreciate any consideration that they.
No problem. Thank you, and
Counsel.
we'll have to look into the legalities and what all it would take.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just going to make
Yes.
a comment about that. So I did go out and look at it, and there's very high fencing all around this neighbor's yard. So I'm not sure I understand the point of having that security camera on the garage when it's not capturing any of his property. It only captures the neighbor's property.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, logically, you're correct, but there's legality issues, and we'd have to research that and find out what options and.
Well, that's the issue too. He has all the privacy in the world by having fence.
Yeah.
He's got motion cameras set up in his backyard. He's got the solid wooden fence around. He's got the security cameras. I mean, I have no privacy in my yard unless and even if I put up a fence, it's high enough where it's going to look over the fence. That's one of the issues I wanted to talk to the officer about too. If that would be an invasion of privacy or a peeping Tom situation, which I
Right.
thought.
Chief, I don't know if you have any, not input, but he could talk to you if you've got any insight. You could talk to the police chief, and he could give you insight to what they know as far as the laws and are not currently, and whether that invasion of privacy, and so. Okay? Thank you. Brian Williams.
Good evening. My name is Brian Williams. I live at 2052 3rd Avenue in the Dumarche townhouses. We just moved in there about 8 months ago. Excited to move back to Rock Island and enjoying our time here. Reason I'm here tonight, we noticed on the agenda is a motion for making a private parking ordinance on the corner of 3rd and 21st, the Illinois Casualty lot, and then the city-owned lot, and then also looks like a vacated alleyway next to the Airways property. With the issues that is currently occurring at Playmakers, we're in high support of this. My property backs up to that. We like to have our windows open in the evening. And unfortunately, it's Friday and Saturday nights I can get on board with it. It's the Sunday nights that we're having an issue. And especially with work we get up at 4:30 and into work at 6 and 7 o'clock respectively. It's making it difficult with what's going on there. So we're just here to voice our support for this ordinance tonight. My wife and I and one of our other neighbors came on behalf of our association. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks.
He and I also had this conversation. All right. Is there anybody virtual? That's all signed up here. Is anybody virtual? Nope. I don't. And actually, I'll have one real quick, as I sometimes do, but public comment. But actually, what I'd like to do is just a quick introduction of a new city employee. But Naomi Sanderson is a new addition. She's administrative assistant and soon to be deputy city clerk. She gets sworn in. She'll be taking on those responsibilities also, along with Josh. He still have those responsibilities also. But I just wanted people to put a name and a face, and when you walk into the city manager's and mayor's office, you'll see Naomi working hard. So I just wanted to do that introduction. And then also, I guess, I'll say not too premature, but this is John's last city council as interim city manager. And I guess want to, so we'll try not to pick on him too bad this meeting. But thank John for stepping up and being interim manager. It's been a pleasure. We're not obviously losing John as a city staff, a city employee, going back to his role as director of Park and Rec, and has done a great job over the years with that. But is, in my opinion, done an excellent job as interim city manager and keeping things moving forward. So we can continue to grow and prosper and keep things going. So, but thank you very much for the time, John, and look forward to the future.
Me too.
And that's all I had for that part of it. Okay. Then we're on item number 7, update Rock Island. Got a couple items. Enjoy riding your bike. If so, then join the MLK Second Annual Community Bike Ride on Thursday, May 12th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. Bike riders will meet at the MLK Center, 630 9th Street in Rock Island, Illinois. Participants of all ages are welcome. Please bring your bike, a helmet, and a water bottle. National Bike to Work Day Breakfast. Downtown Rock Island, the Rock Island Park and Recreation Department, and the Quad City Bicycle Club are hosting a grab-and-go breakfast on Friday, May 20th, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Schwiebert Riverfront Park. Grab-and-go breakfast and coffee will be provided to all bicyclists in honor of National Bike to Work Day. Come join the fun, if you consider that fun. Most people do. I have. Downtown Rock Island Spring Cleanup will be held on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, from 8:30 a.m. to noon. Volunteers should meet at the Centennial Bridge Office Building at 201 15th Street. Vests, garbage bags, grabbers, rakes, and brooms will be provided. Volunteers should bring their own work gloves. For more information, contact Jack Cullen at 563-823-2670. Spring into gardening with the Rock Island Library. The Rock Island Public Library Seed Garden is now open. The Seed Library is a free collection of seeds available to any household with no library card required. The collection allows home gardeners to explore new varieties of vegetables, fruits, flowers, and herbs. For further questions about the Seed Library, please visit the library website or call 309-732-READ. Rock Island Leaf Collection Program pickup dates extended through this Friday, May 13th, 2022. For free leaf bags, visit the following locations: Highland Springs Golf Course, Saukey Golf Course, the Public Works Department, or Rock Island Township Assessor's Office. How to raise monarch butterflies. Come learn how to raise monarch from egg to adult, types of milkweed and insects that affect milkweeds or monarchs. The event will be held on Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, from 1:30 to 3 p.m. at the Blackhawk State Historic Site Singing Bird Lodge. This event is free. For more information, you can call 309-788-9536. And that's it. Thank you. Item number 8.
Minutes from the April 25th, 2022 study session and city council meeting.
To approve the minutes as printed.
Second.
Move to second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye. Forgot it was my month to start. Item number 9.
Proclamation declaring the month of May 2022 as Motorcycle Awareness Month. Whereas safety is the highest priority for the highways and streets of our city and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, and whereas motorcycles are a primary common and economic means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion, and whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our city and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of ABATE of Illinois, a brotherhood aimed toward education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education, and awareness in high school drivers' education programs and to the general public in our city and state, presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 120,000 participants in Illinois over the past 7 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join ABATE of Illinois in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education awareness, and respect to the citizens of our city and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national community charitable organizations, and whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the city of Rock Island and throughout the great state of Illinois.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, in recognition of 35 years of ABATE of Illinois, Inc., and over 352,318 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role in Illinois serves as the leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2022 as Motorcycle Awareness Month in the City of Rock Island, Illinois, and urge all motorists to join in an effort to improve safety awareness on the roadways. I believe there's somebody here. If you'd like to say a few words, you're more than welcome to.
I'd be glad to. My name is Marvin Spindle. I live at 1715 20th Street, Apartment 1, Rock Island, Illinois. I have been a member of ABATE for somewhere around 30 years. I'd like to ask the committee, the council, and the police chief, we are having a Bears for Buddies ride, which is a benefit ride on Sunday. I have not been able to contact any police for any assistance in blocking road traffic or even any assistance whatsoever. I would also like to invite all of you to come down to our event. We are ending at Alinowick Park, and we will be serving food and have several politicians there for conferences and whatsoever. So that would be what I'd like to say, and I'm here to take your proclamation and present it to our chapter.
Good. Want to come up here? You got it. Thank you, sir. Item number 10.
Proclamation declaring May 16th through May 20th, 2022 as National Public Works Week. Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as water, sewer, streets, and highways, public buildings, and solid waste collection, and whereas the health and safety and comfort of this community greatly depend on these facilities and services, and whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skills of public works officials, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitudes and understanding of the importance of the work they perform.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, do hereby proclaim the week of May 16th through May 20th, 2022 as National Public Works Week in the City of Rock Island, and call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions of which public work officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. Mike, you're gonna...
Should have kept Luke around for this.
You want to say anything, you're more than welcome.
Well, we appreciate the proclamation and the recognition for Public Works. You know, we have 109 full-time employees here at Public Works. They do an excellent job day in and day out doing our municipal services, trash collection, recycling, street maintenance. Our engineering department does a great job getting these projects out and designed and completed. So we just thank you for this. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much. You know, you think about it sometimes in the middle of the winter when a water main breaks or something like that, would you want to be out there working and trying to fix that? There's a lot of other issues, but that's one is when I drive by, it's like, wow. No, thank you. All right, item number 11.
Finance Department's presentation of the first quarter financial management report. Ms. Linda Barnes.
Alrighty. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. I am here, as stated, to present the financial management report for the period ending March 31st. So we're going to take a look at revenues, expenditures, and net position for all funds. We're also going to look at an analysis of major state and local tax revenues, and then a monthly investment report. And of course, the benchmark for the first quarter is 25%. And just a reminder, the audit is still underway with the final presentation for council June 27th. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first report, again, is the City of Rock Island Revenue, Expenditures, and Net Position Report. It lists various line items for different funds, but I'm not going to look at every single one of them, but we are going to start off with the general fund. The general fund is used to account for all financial resources except those required to be accounted for in another fund. Revenue is reported at 15% of budget for this period, and this is below target because of the pending property taxes. We will get our first distribution in June. Just a little tidbit, about 50% of revenue that support the general fund is received from state and local taxes. We will take a closer look at a few of those taxes. The expenditures were reported at 21% of the targeted benchmark. The majority of city departments are reflected in the general fund. Next, we're going to look at the special revenue funds. Now, these are used to account for the proceeds of specific revenue sources that are legally restricted to expenditures for specified purposes. For example, we have the Public Library Fund. It received about 5% of its budgeted revenue at the first quarter mark. The largest revenue source, of course, are property taxes. Again, the first distribution does not happen until June, hence the 5%. Expenditures are reported at 16% for the same period. And then next we have the tax increment financing funds. This is a combination of several TIF districts. The main source of revenue, again, property taxes. Revenue is reported, it looks a little odd, at a negative 1%, and this is due mainly to negative interest investments for the period. Expenditures are reported at 9%. And although the downtown TIF is expired, the fund will remain active until the remaining monies are spent. Then we have Riverboat Gaming, again, another special revenue. Revenue is reported at 14%, while expenditures are currently at 0% of the targeted benchmark. Transfers will be made from the gaming fund to the debt service fund in June and December. Again, about $2.9 million is will be transferred to the debt service. So I went ahead and looked at the April gaming receipts. We are receiving $325,000, which will bring the total revenue near the budget for the fourth period. So gaming is looking pretty good, and if it stays on that track, we should go above the budget for the year. Next, we have the capital projects and street funds. So this includes the Capital Improvements Project Fund, which is currently supported by the motor fuel tax, and the street fund, which is supported by the gasoline and diesel tax. Revenues were at 24% of budget, pending transfers from the motor fuel tax, while expenditures were at 1% due to pending projects. There were no significant increases in the gasoline or diesel tax revenue for the quarter. I did want to point out that our financial policy states that any general fund balance in excess of the required 60 to 90 days that's not assigned to the fund for general fund operations should be transferred, or actually will be transferred to the capital improvement funds at the completion of the audits. So we are, just for my estimates, there does appear to be some additional funds that we should be able to transfer to CIP for the upcoming budget year. So, but don't hold me to it, but it does look pretty good. All right, so under other governmental funds, we have the American Rescue Plan Act. So this fund was created to track expenditures related to this disbursement from the federal government. To date, we have received $13 million, and the good news is that we submitted for the next, as they call, tranche last Friday, and we should receive it by the end of May. So we will have an additional $13 million to budget for that. All right, going on down to the motor fuel tax fund. So this is used to account for revenue from the state gasoline and expenses related to approved motor fuel tax projects. Revenue is reported at 15% of the benchmark for the first quarter. This was actually 25% based on a cash basis, but due to audit adjustment, we did have to accrue some back to 2021. Expenditures are transferred annually to reimburse the general fund. Expected transfers to the general fund is $1.4 million, and $1 million is budgeted to transfer for capital improvement funds. And then next we have the Motor Fuel Tax Rebuild Illinois Fund, which is really a grant distributed by the state of Illinois. Actual receipts during this period totaled $424,000, which represents the first installment for 2022. Funds will be dispersed twice each year over a 3-year period, and this is year 3. Rock Island has received $2.1 million of the expected $2.5 million awarded. And then we move down to Housing and Community Development Fund. This is used to account for costs related to the operations of the Community Development Block Grant. Revenue is reported at 10% due to the timing of drawdowns, and expenses are reported at 7% due to delays in projects. The Martin Luther King Community Center Operations Fund is used to account for costs related to the operations of the community center. Revenues is reported at 35% and expenditures at 16%. Now, the general fund transfer accounts for about $269,000 for this budget year, which includes an additional $100,000, which was approved by council. Other revenue sources include lease of office spaces and community room rental. Then there is the Foreign Fire Insurance Fund, which is used to account for foreign fire insurance tax monies expended by the fire department for supplies and equipment as approved by the Foreign Fire Insurance Committee. Then we have the Community/Economic Development Fund. This is used to account for contributions and grants which support various special economic development activities. The $454 represents sale of assets, less some interest investments. The majority of revenue represents a transfer from the general fund. In past, this was gaming supported. Expenditures are at 16% during this first quarter period. And I'm just going to stop there for a breather and ask if there's any questions. I feel like I'm just talking nonstop. All right, moving on to debt service fund. So as I mentioned earlier, as far as gaming, this pays for general obligation debt for non-enterprise funds. So this is not like for the public works or parks, specifically governmental funds. So anyway, the interest is due in June, and then principal and interest are due in December. So right now, revenues are at 0%, and expenditures are also reported at 0%. I know a lot of times people want to know, okay, exactly how much debt does the city have? So as of the last audit, the 2020 audit, the total outstanding debt was $140 million, but $72 million was actually state mandated. All right. I need to flip my page here.
What does she mean by state? What do you mean by state mandated?
Those are the IEPA, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, those
Okay.
ones that were
For all
required
those
to be done,
projects.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so next we have the proprietary enterprise funds. These are used to account for operations that are financed and operated in a similar manner to private businesses, where the intent is that cost of providing goods or services to the general public are primarily recovered through user charges. So examples would be the water, wastewater, stormwater, and solid waste funds, as you see listed. The revenues are at or near the targeted benchmark of 25%. Expenses are trending below the benchmark for this 3-month period. I also just kind of wanted to point out, even though there's negative cash balances like in the wastewater, we had a recent rate study, and, with the increases to the rates, that negative should eventually be eliminated over the next few years. So that's why we did the rate increases to offset those negative cash balances. All right, Parks and Recreation Fund, 3-month revenue is at 7% of the budget. 35% of budgeted revenue comes from property taxes. Expenses are being reported at 13% of the budget. Sunset Marina Fund, revenues and expenses are below the target at 10% and 16% respectively. The main source of revenue for the marina comes from summer slip rentals, accounting for 60% of the total revenue budgeted for 2022. Housing and Community Development Loan Fund represents the issuance and collection of residential and business loans. Revenues, which represent principal and interest payments, are above the target at 49%, while expenses are at 44% during this 3-month period. All right, before we go on to I'm going to just take a sip of water here. Okay. Internal service funds. So as noted, these are goods and services provided by one department to other departments on a cost reimbursement basis. We have the Equipment Maintenance Fund, which represents fleet services and amortization, reporting 34% revenues and 11% expenses. Next, we have the engineering fund, which is reporting revenues at 20% and expenses at 21%. Billing has been processed through March 31st. Then the self-insurance and employee health benefit funds are reporting revenues at 37% and 20% respectively, and expenses 30% and 38% respectively. Next, we have the Hydroelectric Plant. I do have that it was sold, but what happened is that the lease was terminated. However, there are still expenditures from principal and interest payments on debt. The debt balance as of March 31st was $763,478. Any surplus or deficit cash balances in this fund are allocated to the water and wastewater funds through year-end adjustments. And then on that page, we also have the fiduciary funds, which includes the fire and police pension trust funds, which the city does not own, but the city does contribute employer contributions through property taxes. For this year, $8.5 million has been budgeted for property taxes. And then last on that page, we have a component unit, which is the Martin Luther King Center's nonprofit side. Revenues are reported at 3% of the budget due to lagging payments from the state of Illinois, and expenses at 17% of the targeted benchmark. All right, so we are going to move on next to looking at a few of the state and local tax revenue analysis. Like I said, things are looking pretty good, especially for income tax. It's budgeted at $4.27 million for CY22, which is close to the 5-year average. Revenue for this quarter totals $1.5 million. Last year, the 3-month revenue was at about $1.2 million. Now, according to Illinois Municipal League Review, they report that the LGDF continues to benefit from several positive factors, including improving labor markets, extraordinary corporate income tax receipts, and higher estimated tax payments from individuals with pass-through entities. The replacement tax, that is also coming in strong, being reported at 55% of budget through March 31st. So at this rate, annual projections are close to $5 million. Again, the IML states that the replacement tax is currently experiencing the highest collection in nominal terms since its inception in 1979. Local governments will see their January distributions to be twice as much as what they received the prior year, which is indicated from that chart. Okay, next page, moving on to sales tax. Sales tax revenue is reported at 28% of the budget. The annual projection is expected to be slightly above the budget. State tax rate is 8.5%, while the city receives 1% of that. The local option sales tax is 28.7% of the budget. The annual projection is expected to be slightly higher than the budget. Home rule imposed tax rate of 1.25%. Okay, next we have the use tax. For this 3-month period is 26.8% of the benchmark. The annual projection is slightly above the annual budget. The use tax is a form of sales tax that a purchaser owes on goods purchases out of state for the use or consumption in Illinois. And then the municipal utility tax revenue is also going strong at 42%, which is 17% above the benchmark. All right, telecommunication tax revenue is at 20% of the total budget. Annual projections are slightly below budget. As far as our food, local food and beverage tax, they're pretty much near target at this point, so that's pretty good. So we're projecting that the annual revenue will come in slightly lower, but, it could be on target or slightly above. Okay, then our gaming revenue. This is also near the benchmark at 23% of the 3-month budget. Annual projection is near the budgeted amount. Right. So looking at our general fund department expenses, at this 3-month period, we were at 21% of the benchmark. And last but not least, our monthly investment totals. So the city's total investments are at $42 million. The American Rescue Plan represents about 31% of the total investments. All right, any questions? None at all?
Excellent report, very encouraging numbers. Thank you so much.
They are looking really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys for being so kind.
Quiet group. Okay, if there was no questions, we're on to item number 12.
Claim, report from the Human Resources Department regarding payment in the amount of $16,448 to David G. Morrison, City Attorney, for services rendered during the month of April 2022.
Motion to approve the claim item.
Second. Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Keeley.
Aye.
Item 13.
Claims for the week of April 15th through April 21st, 2022, in the amount of $704,745.92. Week of April 22nd through April 28th, 2022, in the amount of $1,163,872.52. And payroll for the weeks of April 4th through April 17th, 2022, in the amount of $1,530,368.31.
Motion to allow the claims and payroll.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Keeley.
Aye.
Item 14.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding the purchase of an VeriSite Pro Plus push camera for visual inspection of sewer pipelines in the amount of $25,080 from Key Equipment and Supplies, Springfield, Illinois.
Move to approve the purchase as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Hertz.
I'm like, what?
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
And Pulis.
Aye. Aye. Again.
Item 15.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding the purchase of stainless steel water main repair clamps, recommending the low bid be awarded to Ferguson Waterworks, DeKalb, Illinois, in the amount of $16,096.54.
Move to approve the purchase as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Keeley.
Aye.
Item 16.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding an emergency purchase of a remanufactured replacement engine from Martin Equipment, Rock Island, Illinois, in the amount of $14,909.68.
Move to approve the purchase as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Keeley.
Aye.
Item 17.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding sealed bids for the replacement of 2 Lincoln Park Pavilion roofs, recommending the bid for the contract be awarded to Economy Roofing, Bettendorf, Iowa, in the amount of $17,340.
Move to approve the bid for the contract as recommended and authorize the interim city manager to execute the contract documents.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker?
Aye.
Pulis?
Aye.
Healy?
Aye.
Item 17.
18.
18, right?
Yes. Report from the Public Works Department regarding sealed bids for a 5-year contract for the annual power washing of all playgrounds, pavilions, athletic courts, pool ducts, entryway signs, and bridge decks, recommending the bid be awarded to Agent Clean of Walcott, Iowa, in the amount of $110,180.
Move to approve the bid for the contract as recommended and authorize the interim city manager to execute the contract documents.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 19.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding sealed bids for the demolition of 4 residential properties, Project CED ID 2022-0301, recommending the bid of the contract be awarded to Miller Trucking and Excavating, Silvis, Illinois, in the amount of $101,500.
Move to approve the bid for the contract as recommended and authorize the interim city manager to execute the contract documents.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion?
I need to recuse myself due to the nature of my employment.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 20.
Report from the Human Resources Department regarding the approval of a 3-year labor agreement with the Fraternal Order of Police Command Officers Association, COA.
Motion to approve the proposed 3-year labor agreement between the city and the Fraternal Order of Police, COA, for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 21.
Report from the Mayor's Office regarding a memorandum of understanding between the City of Rock Island, the City of Davenport, and the Downtown Davenport Partnership for a term of 3 years to structure an event model for Red, White, and Boom, with Rock Island contributing $20,000 each year.
To approve the memorandum of understanding and allow the interim city manager to execute the document.
Second.
Moving second.
I will let her have that second.
Gilbert? Was it Gilbert or Swanson?
No, that
It was
was.
Mark. It was Pulis.
Alderperson
Okay.
Swanson.
Ignored both of them. It was Mark.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 22.
Report from the Parks and Recreation Department regarding a highway resolution for the closure of First Avenue between 17th Street and 20th Street on Sunday, July 3rd, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 11:59 p.m., along with a rain date of Monday, July 4th, 2022, for the annual Red, White, and Boom fireworks display in concert at Schwiebert Riverfront Park.
Motion to adopt the resolution as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Besides, we're talking about July already. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 23.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a request from Community Home Partners to place their parking lot at 701 Fifth Street under the Private Parking Lot Ordinance, Section 9-42 of the Code of Ordinances, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules.
Consider the ordinance.
Well, but there's this
You have
part
to
in here.
approve it.
Move to suspend the rules, approve the request as recommended, waive the $150 annual fee, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Bless you.
I have a comment and a request for item 23 and 24. So I understand why the police department is making this request, and I have no problem with that. But having been city clerk before, I don't remember ever waiving fees for parking lots under city control ordinance. So I just ask that you develop an internal policy for when we will be coming to council and asking to waive fees, like come up with some criteria or something. That's all. That a problem?
No, I was just going to mention, we have done this one other time, 2012. This was for
Before my
the family.
time.
Yeah, I know. This is the Family Dollar parking lot, back when we had the Platinum Club going at 11th Street and 18th Avenue. Similar problems were occurring there, where we had these loitering issues that were going on while the bar was in operation. That's what they were drawing down to. There were shots fired, there's all kinds of problems. So to help us address that problem, we reached out to corporate and said, hey, if you would be willing to do this for you, we'll waive the fee, we'll get the signs in place, and that way we can help deal with the problems. This was a similar situation with this particular property that was requested, where I had a resident neighbor who had been actually here to the council meeting a couple times. I spoke to him, and he told me about some of the issues going on there. I verified it with the officers, and this was a way to help it deal with some of those problems.
That's fine.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 24.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding a request from the City of Rock Island and Illinois Casualty Company to place their parking lots at 308 21st Street, 312 21st Street, 2025 4th Avenue, and 2029 4th Avenue under the Private Parking Lot Ordinance, Section 9-42 of the Code of Ordinances, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules, approve the request as recommended, waive the $150 annual fee for each parking lot, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 25.
Report from the Traffic and Engineering Committee regarding a request to remove the handicap parking space in front of 4527 9th Avenue, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules.
Consider suspending.
All right.
And approve the
And approve
request.
the request as recommended and to consider the
Pass.
pass the ordinance.
There you go.
Suspend the
Rules and pass the ordinance.
That's what I just said.
He got it.
Second.
Moved. You took the easy part.
Hey, am I going to get that right, too?
Yeah.
Got it.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item
Oh, boy,
26.
we have more.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the sale of city-owned property located at 1925 8th Avenue, PIN 0735455001 to Bershawn Hawthorne for $10 plus closing costs, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules, approve the sale as recommended, authorize the interim city manager to execute the sale agreement, and pass the ordinance.
Second.
Moved in second. I just love when Dylan does this, suspend the rules.
I love
People
doing
knew,
it,
what,
too.
5 years ago.
I love doing it, too.
All right, roll.
We'll give them a lesson.
Miles, is there a
please.
plan in place for this?
Nope.
Nope. Just someone in McKinney, Texas wants to buy it? I mean,
More power to him.
So in short, yeah. He has some personal connections to the area.
Okay.
Again, so when you're looking at these costs, these are just, we're selling them for the original acquisition costs. He has some personal connections, he wants to buy them. He's not
Okay.
making a proposal, he's paying the price we're asking.
fair enough.
So I recommend you go ahead and sell it.
Yeah, just asking a question.
Same is true for the second one.
I'll bring it back up then, too.
Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 27.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the sale of city-owned property located at 2629 16th Avenue, PIN 1601137002, to Bershawn Hawthorne for $1 plus closing costs, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules, approve the sale as recommended, authorize the interim city manager to execute the sale agreement, and pass the ordinance.
It's motion to consider first.
Oh, my bad, all
That's
right.
okay. For the
Motion to
record.
Consider.
We'll get this
Suspend
figured
rules.
out.
Oh, I'm forgetting the consider, yeah,
Yep.
okay. All right, whatever.
We just don't do it often enough.
No, not this meeting.
All right, is there a second?
A second.
Oop, there we go. You got that? All right. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 28.
Report from the Community and Economic Development Department regarding the sale of city-owned property located at 749 15th Street, pin 07353100022, to Monica Perryman for $10 plus closing costs, first reading.
I should have been paying attention.
What he said.
Read what's there, and then it's consider, suspend the rules, and pass the ordinance. Read the
Got
first part, and then
So,
consider.
motion to approve the sale as recommended.
Authorize.
Authorize the interim city manager to execute the sale agreement.
Consider the
Consider,
ordinance.
Suspend the rules.
consider, suspend the rules, and pass the ordinance.
Boom.
Good job. Second.
You know when the next test would
We
be.
got moved and seconded.
Practice tonight.
We're getting practice. Yeah, that's exactly. We used to.
Who seconded that? I'm sorry, was that Gilbert?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, who seconded?
Swanson.
Jenny?
Okay. Thank
Hey.
you.
I just go.
I got to ask, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 29.
Report from the Finance Department regarding adjustments to the calendar year 2022 budget, increasing the library fund, Fund 251, expenditures for calendar year 2022 by $160,974.72.
Move to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert. Aye. Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item number 30.
Report from the Finance Department regarding adjustments to the calendar year 2022 budget, increasing the MLK Activity Fund 901 expenditures by $13,899, using carryovers from calendar year 2021, increasing the DHS Fund 906 revenues by $23,507, and expenditures by $18,745.
Motion to approve the budget adjustment as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Keeley.
Item number 31.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding an activity event application from River Action for the annual Ride the River Bicycle Ride on Sunday, June 19th, 2022, from 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and a resolution authorizing the temporary closure of the First Avenue, Illinois 92, at 17th Street, turning right onto the northbound on-ramp at 2nd Avenue onto US 67, and for the temporary closure of the northbound easternmost lane from 2nd Avenue to Iowa on the US 67 bridge.
Motion to approve the event as recommended and adopt the resolution.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Hurt.
Yes.
Robinson.
Aye.
Aye. Swanson. Aye. Parker.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Pulis. There, I messed with
Trying to keep us on our toes tonight, I understand.
Flip a coin.
We're having fun. We're having fun. Item 32.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request and resolution from the Quad Cities Marathon Committee for the temporary closure of the easternmost northbound lane of US 67 and the temporary closure of the eastbound and westbound lanes of Illinois 92 and 17th Street to the intersection of 24th Street and 4th Avenue on Sunday, September 25th, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Motion to approve the event as recommended and adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 33.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Circa 21 Dinner Playhouse, 1828 3rd Avenue, for sound amplification and to close off half of the block between 18th and 19th Streets at 3rd Avenue on Tuesday, June 7th, from 3:30 to 9 p.m. for an outdoor show with a rain date of Thursday, June 9th, 2022.
Move to approve the street closing and sound amplification requests as recommended.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
This was a very good event, and I'm glad they're doing it again,
Yeah.
so.
That's exactly. Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 34.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a request from Jason Paris of Wake Brewing for an outdoor entertainment with sound amplification, the outdoor sale and consumption of alcohol in the fenced-in area at 2529 5th Avenue on Friday, July 1 through Sunday, July 3rd, 2022, from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, August 19th through Saturday, August 20th, from 4 to 11 p.m. Friday, September 9th through Saturday, September 10th, from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday, October 7th through Saturday, October 8th, from 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Move to approve the outdoor event and the sound amplification requests for Wake Brewing, including the outdoor sale of alcohol in the fenced-in area, subject to complying with all liquor license regulations and subject to being closed down early if complaints are received.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 35.
Report from the City Clerk's Office regarding a Plaza activity event application from the Rock Island Grand Prix to be held on Saturday, September 3rd, 2022, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sunday, September 4th, from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. A request to close 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Avenues between 17th and 20th Streets, close 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th Streets north of 5th Avenue and south of 1st Avenue, and close 4th Avenue at 24th Street from Friday, September 2nd at 5 p.m. to Monday, September 5th, 2022 at 6 a.m. A request to use a portion of parking lot C from Wednesday, August 31st through Monday, September 5th for the storage of equipment, and a request for a waiver of the permit fee.
Move to approve the event and requests as recommended, including street closings and the waiver of the permit fee.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Item 36, other business. And good for the cause.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
On Wednesday, May 25th at 6 p.m., I'll be hosting a third ward meeting here in City Council chambers. It's an opportunity for residents to meet our new city manager, Todd Thompson. We'll also be getting an update from City Clerk Samantha Ganji about the ARPA process. Tim Bain, our IT director, will debut the Simplicity app for us, and department directors will be on hand to answer questions from residents about issues or problems that they're having. The event will also be streamed live on YouTube and recorded for those who can't attend or need to view it later. So,
Very good. Anything else?
I do. I have one thing.
Yes.
So tomorrow at noon will be the site dedication for the new Watts Midtown branch of the Rock Island Public Library. So we'd like to invite anyone who's listening to this to show up at the site dedication, because it's a wonderful project, and we're really fortunate to have this unique experience happening in our city.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town and
Right.
unofficial, not be able to event, but obviously our Mayor Pro Tem will fill in for my roles. But a great event. I was inside the building, and it's quite a change, that's for sure, inside the old Jewish Center. I guess my comment was, you look at the items we just passed and approved, there's a lot of activity happening in Rock Island.
a lot of
Isn't
events.
that great? This summer, there's going to be a number of different events and activities and festivities, and it's great to see.
It will be booming. Keep it up.
Yep, we're going to keep it up. Anybody else, anything? If not, item 37.
Close session, 5 ILCS 122C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more class of employees, and 5 ILCS 122C11, litigation when an action against an affecting or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding must be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
Move to go into closed sessions for the exceptions cited.
Second.
Moved to second. Any discussion on it? Roll call, please.
Alderperson Robinson.
Aye.
Hertz.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Parker. Pulis.
Aye.
Healy.
Aye.
Thank you.